Hey guys, WaterApp24 here from MoneyMorningMTG.com, and today I have a booster box of 2014 core set, or also known as M14. As I mentioned in all of the videos I do a booster box with, you can notice the Wizards symbol on the top of the plastic wrap. It's not on the bottom or side, it's only on the top and there for the seam. Only if you see the Wizards logo on a booster box from any modern set should you buy it. If someone says, oh, they're going to sell you a brand new booster box and it's been reshrink wrapped, they've probably taken out all the really awesome stuff and left you with booster packs they know are worthless and have nothing in it and just sold you a booster box for $120. So always when buying a booster box, look for the Wizards thing. Anyway, actually, I haven't really heard of anyone at least watches my videos. I've never actually had someone say that, oh, that happened to them before or anything, so I'm curious if it actually has ever happened to very many people out there. All the people that watch, like, unboxing reviews and stuff are probably a little bit more knowledgeable about what to buy and what not to buy, because they see the thing before buying, so I don't know. Alright, so here is a box of 36 15-card booster packs. Well, 16 if you count the token or non-token in there. Alright, so we have this thing and just like talks about starting something at your store. Anyway, irrelevant, not necessary, but okay. I'm going to start on the left. I believe I always start on the left, so I'm going to start on the left with the booster packs. And let's just see what awesome stuff comes out of this. Alright, so a non-token, a plains, rare, mythic rare is a rare Path of Bravery. Excuse me a second, let me focus that for you guys. Alright, rare Path of Bravery. A white and 2, for as long as your life total is greater than or equal to your starting life total, creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, you gain life equal to the number of attacking creatures. That's pretty awesome. Uncommons are Dragon Egg, Voracious Worm, and Darksteel Ingot. Then we have commons like Canyon Minotaur, Wild Guess, Cancel, Death Gaze, Cockatrice, Giant Spider, Archaeomancer, Angelic Wall, which, oops, I dropped. And then Naturalize, Trollhide, and Marauding Maulhorn. I can separate those later, I guess. Alright, next pack. I probably should say now, before I get too far into this, this will be the video where I will actually outright read the titles of every card in here. The other booster box will expressly be for rares and uncommons. No token, Swamp, Foil Essence Scatter, hey, that's pretty nice. A blue and 1, counter target creature spell. Cool, foil. And the rare is Awaken the Ancient, triple red and 1 for Enchant Mountain. Enchant Mountain is a 7/7 red giant creature with haste. It's still a land. We have Congregate, Spell Blast, and Briar Pack Alpha as uncommons. Commons are Deadly Recluse, Pacifism, Altar's Reap, Liturgy of Blood, Merfolk Spy, Show of Valor, Dark Favor, Regular Essence Scatter, and Pitchburn Devils. Oh, oops, I didn't. There we go. And if you hear a name and you're curious what it says, and I didn't spend enough time reading it to you, or it was like a comment and I went too fast and you're just curious what it is, I recommend going to gatherer.wizards.com, because that website allows you to look up any Magic card ever made. Well, I think. I don't know about their special holiday one-time print 15 only made things, but anyway, we have a 2/2 cat token, finally a token, a forest, and what else do we have back there? We have a rare Grim Return, a black and 2 for for choose target creature card in a graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Put that card on the battlefield under your control. We have Battle Sliver, Millstone, and Kalonian Tusker as our uncommons. Commons are Liturgy of Blood, Mind Rot, Goblin Shortcutter, Seacoast Drake, Predatory Sliver, Demolish, Hunt the Weak, Pitchburn Devils, Ranger's Guile, and Festering Newt. Next pack. So far we have a foil common and just 3 rares. Not like any of the chase rares like, Scavenging Ooze, or I guess like Witch Stalker would be considered one. And those that fight the wedge colors. Anyway, 1/1 Sapperling token, okay. A Forest. Then we have, as our rare, a Bone Scythe Sliver, which for white and 3, it's a 2/2, and Sliver creatures you control have double strike, which means they attack first strike and then regular strike. Alright, Staff of the Mind Magus, Sarah Angel, Vampire Warlord are the uncommons. The commons are Merfolk Spy, Predatory Sliver, Solemn Offering, Academy Raider, Quag Sickness, Ring Flesh, Chandra's Outrage, Master of Diversion, Divination, and Festering Newt. Okay. Moving on to the next pack. What do we have here? So, still tallying at, there was 4 rares and a foil common. Zombie token, 2/2. Swamp. Rare mythic rare is, that's a foil Diabolic Tutor. Double black and 2, search your library for a card and put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. Rare mythic rare is a rare Mutavault, currently valued at about $20 at the time of filming. And then you can tap to add a colorless to your mana pool, or pay 1 and it becomes a 2/2 creature with all creature types until end of turn. It's still a land. Since it's all creature types, it's also a sliver, which means it's a 2/2 sliver with all of those wonderful abilities. Isn't that just great? Angelica Cord, Staff of the Death Magus, and Mana Weft Sliver are the uncommons. Commons are Fortify, Shrivel, Blur Sliver, Trained Condor, Advocate of the Beast, Pay No Heed, Verdant Haven, Soulmender, and Time Ebb. Mutavault's not bad. I'd be happy if I pulled a couple more out of this box. Because it's actually, you know what? That needs to go in my Sliver EDH deck. Sliver 1/1 token. A Forest. Rare mythic rare is a rare Goblin Diplomats. Red and 1 for 2/1, and you tap it, each creature attacks this turn if able. Uncommons, Brave the Elements, Flesh Pulper Giant, A Quarter's Shield. Commons are Minotaur Abomination, Canyon Minotaur, Tome Scour, Disperse, Show of Valor, Root Walla, Shock, Blood Baron, Sentinel Sliver, and Naturalize. I still like the previous Naturalize art, the one from, I believe it was Innistrad, and it may have been M13, and I don't know, I just like the one that isn't like an egg that's breaking. The waterfall was a little bit better. I think that was a waterfall anyway. I don't know, sometimes you think one thing about the art and it's really something else. A Nothing token, a Mountain, and a Megantic Sliver. Like, I don't have like 6 foil promos of this from the pre-release. It's a 3/3, Sliver creatures you control get +3/+3, and it costs a green and 5 to cast. So technically you could cast a Garruk Caller of Beasts, and then play him for free, so you're playing 2 6 mana costing cards for just 6, but anyway. Phantom Warrior, Mana Weft Sliver, and a Quarter Shield as the uncommons. Commons are Deathgaze Cockatrice, Pillarfield Ox, Giant Growth, Cancel, Lava Axe, Duress, Festering Newt, Suntail Hawk, Corpse Hauler, Marauding Maulhorn. Blank Island, and Tidebinder Mage. Double blue for a 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield, tap target red or green creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Tidebinder Mage. I like that. Uncommons are Wall of Frost, Voracious Worm, and Staff of the Flame Magus. And then Sliver Construct, Scroll Thief, Advocate of the Beast, Hive Stirrings, Dragon Hatchling, Altar's Reap, Duress, Brindlebore, Verdant Haven, and Pitchburn Devils are the commons. Still just going with the rares here. Still just going with the rares. Alright. A non-token, a mountain, and our rare is Guardian of the Ages. 7 colorless for a 7/7 defender. And when a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, if Guardian of the Ages has defender, it loses defender and gains trample. So that's a pretty sweet card. Works pretty well in limited. Alright, uncommons are Blessing, Bubbling Cauldron, and Molten Birth. The regular commons are now Nightwing Shade, Pillarfield Ox, Regathan Firecat, Chandra's Outrage, Hunt the Weak, Dark Favor, Master of Diversion, Plummet, Frost Breath, and Undead Minotaur. Continuing on. What do we have in this pack? A non-token, a plains, and we have Indestructibility. White and 3, enchanted permanent has Indestructible, which means that effects that say destroy don't destroy it, and it can't be destroyed by damage either. Fun. Alright, so uncommons are Blessing, Windstorm, and Fire Shrieker. Commons are Canyon Minotaur, Disperse, Lava Axe, Duress, Dawnstrike Paladin, Rumbling Baloth, Seismic Stomp, Essence Scatter, Capuchin Knights, or Capuchin Knight, and Lay of the Land. Okay, I'm going to have to resituate myself since my left shoulder's starting to hurt leaning over the left side of this. I could probably do this a better way, but I'll do it this way for now. Still. Alright. Non-token, Swamp. And we have an Ogre Battle Driver, which is double red and 2 for 3/3. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gets +2/+0 and gains haste until the end of turn. So that's not bad. Uncommons are Barrage of Expendables, or Barrage of Expendables, Shimmering Grotto, Flames of the Firebrand. Commons are Trained Condor, Advocate of the Beast, Celestial Flare, Mark of the Vampire, Scroll Thief, Brindlebore, Ring Flesh, Essence Scatter, Pitchburn Devils, and Ranger's Guile. one more pack in this side. Still no mythics. I'm actually going to move my seat around so I don't wind up hurting myself very badly just opening magic packs. I mean, it'd be a hard thing to do, but when you've been leaning over for a couple of hours making videos, it begins to take a toll. A non-token, a mountain, and a mythic rare Rise of the Dark Realms. Double black and 7. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Not the best, but it's a mythic rare. Wall of Frost, Congregate, and Shiv's Embrace are the 3 uncommons. Altar's Reap, Liturgy of Blood, Merfolk's Spy, Dragon Hatchling, Gladecover Scout, Dark Favor, Messenger Drake, Marauding Maulhorn, Shadowborn Apostle, and Sentinel Sliver are the commons. Moving on to the center column now that we've opened all 12 on the left. Okay, a non-token, an island, and a Bog Brew Witch, black and 3 for a 1/3, and you can pay 2 and tap to search your library for a card named Festering Newt or Bubbling Cauldron, and put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Staff of the Sun Magus, Banisher Priest, and Millstone are the 3 uncommons. Commons are Canyon Minotaur, Wild Guess, Cancel, Deathgaze Cockatrice, Siege Mastodon, Duress, Verdant Haven, Soulmender, Time Ebb, and Shadowborn Apostle. Of all the M14 packs I've opened, I'm starting to notice a pattern, at least in the commons. Okay, we have a 4/4 Angel token with flying. An island. Rare mythic is the rare Door of Destinies. 4 colorless mana, and as Door of Destinies enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, put a charge counter on Door of Destinies. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on Door of Destinies. Uncommons are Dragon Egg, Staff of the Sun Magus, and Rod of Ruin. Commons are Mind Rot, Coral Merfolk, Academy Raider, Deadly Recluse, Pacifism, Armored Cancrix, Giant Spider, Child of Night, Negate, and Smelt. Okay. Next pack. If I notice the pattern again, I'll point it out. A non-token, a mountain, and a Strionic Resonator, which is rare, and it costs 2. Then you can tap 2, or you can pay 2 mana and tap. To copy target triggered ability you control, you may choose new targets for the copy. And triggered ability is defined as an ability that uses the words when, whenever, or at. Uncommons are Doomblade, Wall of Swords, and Gnawing Zombie. Commons are Sensory Deprivation, Minotaur Abomination, Tome Scour, Griffin Sentinel, Regathan Firecat, Brindleboar, Shadowborn Apostle, Shock, Master Diversion, and Plummet. Next pack. We're making good time. This probably won't make it past an hour. I'm still reading everything. 4/4 Angel with flying. Island. I believe this is a foil. Do you see this? It's a foil Kalonian Hydra. Go back and watch the Fat Pack video. I believe I mentioned wanting a Kalonian Hydra that's foil. I'm pretty sure I say it in like the first 5 minutes about predicting cards, and that I think a foil Kalonian Hydra would be nice. Anyway, foil Kalonian Hydra, which is a mythic rare, is a double green and 3 for a 0/0. Creature type trample, or creature type Hydra, and it's got trample. Kalonian Hydra enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever Kalonian Hydra attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Blend this with Archangel Thune, and you have, like, awesomeness. But it'd have to be a long enough game to get both out. I'm not even going to put that back in with the rest of it. I'm just going to... Holy... Pardon the French, but holy shit. All from the same pack. Kalonian Hydra foil, regular Kalonian Hydra. What? I want to go screaming, but it's like 11 at night on a Friday. I won't. That's... I'm speechless. Bramble Crush, Fire Shrieker, Illusionary Armor as the uncommons. I don't even... Giant Growth, Sensory Deprivation, Griffin Sentinel, Ring Flesh, Giant Spider, Divination, Cyclops Tyrant, Corpse Hauler, Capuchin Knight. I'm just... Wow. This is hard to continue a video after that. Okay. Let's just refocus as to what's going on here. We have a 3/3 beast token, a plains, a Zathrid Necromancer, which is 1 black and 2 for a 2/2. Whenever Zathrid Necromancer or another human creature you control dies, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. Artificer's Hex, Elixir of Immortality, and Steelform Sliver are uncommons. Commons are Dragon Hatchling, Altar's Reap, Trained Condor, Gladecover Scout, Celestial Flare, Rumbling Baloth, Pay No Heed, Zephyr Charge, Suntail Hawk, and Plummet are the commons. I think I've regained composure now. That was just... That has never happened. Foil Mythics, that has happened 3 times to me with M13. Foil Thundermaw Hellkite, Foil Sublime Archangel, and Foil Nikol Bolas. But it's never happened where I gotten a Foil Mythic and the Mythic in the same pack. That is a very hard thing to actually get, given the fact that a Foil would be hard to get, given all of the cards being Foil, and it's just random Foil. And then the Mythic Rare, which already is 1 in 8 chance of getting a... Or actually, 1 Mythic out of 8 packs is, I believe, the math on it. And then out of 15 Mythics. That's... I don't really want to do the math right now. It's late. Okay, 2/2 Green Wolf token. Swamp, Liliana's Reaver. Double black and 2 for 4/3 with Death Touch. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. Congregate, Warden of Evos Isle, and Molten Birth are the uncommons. Commons are Nightwing Shade, Pillarfield Ox, Thunder Strike, Giant Growth, Messenger Drake, Root Walla, Accursed Spirit, Ranger's Guile, Smelt, and Time Ebb. If that happens again, I'm going to lose it. I mean, and if that happens again in the same box, not necessarily with those, but other mythics, or like other, or like rares or whatever. Cat, 2/2 cat, plains, Domestication, double blue and 2. Enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. At the beginning of your end step, if enchanted creature's power is 4 or greater, sacrifice Domestication. Uncommons are Staff of the Mind Magus, Illusionary Armor, and Opportunity. Actually, Illusionary Armor, I'm not sure if... it might just be kind of dark in here, but I think something was like smeared or colors a little different on it. Anyway, Opportunity is the other uncommon. Commons are Thunder Strike, Giant Growth, Sensory Deprivation, Griffin Sentinel, Vile Rebirth, Lightning Talons, Capuchin Knight, Lay of the Land, Child of Night, and Negate. A nothing token, or non-token, a swamp, Foil Island. I think it's one of my favorite island arts of the set as well. Foil Island, I like foil lands. Imposing Sovereign, white and 1 for 2/1. That creatures your opponent control in the battlefield tapped. Warden of Evos Isle, Howl of the Night Pack, Blight Caster as uncommons. Seacoast Drake, Striking Sliver, Coral Merfolk, Shrivel, Elvish Mystic, Fortify, Archaeomancer, Rumbling Baloth, and Shock are the commons. For a reference point, at the time of this video, I believe Kalonian Hydra is like $40, and a foil, I don't know how much a foil would be, but I would hazard a guess that it'd be between 80 and 100. Okay, Forest, Foil Dragon Egg, which it's an uncommon, 0/2, a red and 2. It's Defender. Whenever it dies, you put a 2/2 red dragon creature token with flying on the battlefield, and it has pay a red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And we have a Life Bein Zombie as the rare. It's a 3/1, double black and 1. Intimidate. And when it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a green or white creature card from it and exile that card. That would be what I would call a wedge hate creature, because it hates on the other cards or the other colors in the wedge, where black is directly opposite of white and green in that triangle on the back. See, white or black is opposite white and green, so it's going to hate on those, and that's a wedge. Adjacent ones are shards. Anyway, Vial of Poison, Tenacious Dead, and Flames of the Firebrand are uncommons. Celestial Flare, Mark of the Vampire, Scroll Thief, Goblin Shortcutter, Elvish Mystic, Hive Stirrings, Ring Flesh, Undead Minotaur, and Frost Breath are the commons. Next pack. A non-token, an island. And we have Serif of the Sword. A white and 3 for a 3/3 with flying and prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to the Serif of the Sword, which is not bad. It can deal damage, but you prevent all combat damage that's dealt to it. Like something like a Searing Spear could still take it out. Uncommons are Water Servant, Briar Pack Alpha, and Staff of the Death Magus. Spore Mound, Wild Guess, Nephalius Sea Kite, Vile Rebirth, Pay No Heed, Regathan Firecat, Cyclops Tyrant, Accursed Spirit, Soulmender, and Lay of the Land are the commons. Wolf Mountain, and we have the rare Vastwood Hydra, double green and X for 0/0. Vastwood Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, you may distribute a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it among any number of creatures you control. So if you have 4, you can put the 4. You can put 1/1/1 counter on 4 creatures, 2 on 1 and 1 on 2, 3 on 1 and 1 on 1 is 2 on 2 of them each, so on and so forth. It's a pretty good Hydra, I think. Sengir Vampire, Water Servant, and Glimpse the Future are the uncommons. Trained Condor, Glade Cover Scout, Celestial Flare, Striking Sliver, Deadly Recluse, Hunt the Weak, Messenger Drake, Divination, Cyclops Tyrant, Corpse Hauler are the commons. A non-token, a forest, and we have Savage Summoning. It's rare, and for 1 green, it's an instant, it can't be countered, and the next creature card you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash. That spell can't be countered, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. I believe there's I don't know, I was looking at Reddit today actually, and that actually mixes very well with I think it's Serif Avenger, or Sarah Avenger in M13, the one that says that's double white, and you can't play it on your first, second, or third turn. Now, that can only mean that, but that's your turn. So you can play it on your fourth turn, or you can play it on your opponent's turn. So you can play it on your opponent's second turn if you go first, through all kinds of mana dorks and etc. and so forth, using Savage Summoning. Anyway, continuing. Doomblade, Young Pyromancer, and Volcanic Geyser are the uncommons. Goblin Shortcutter, Elvish Mystic, Hive Stirrings, Mind Rot, Coral Merfolk, Dawnstrike Paladin, Rumbling Baloth, Claustrophobia, Verdant Haven, and Soulmender are the commons. Moving on, the next patch, or the next batch, excuse me. It's not a patch, it's a column, or a stack, or whatever you want to call it. I suppose it could be a row if you looked at it sideways. Non-token, Plains, and our rare is Elite Arcanist. It's blue and 3 for a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile an instant card from your hand. Pay X and tap it, copy the exiled card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. Well, technically you are paying the mana cost, but that's beside the point. I guess you can keep playing it too. Diabolic Tutor, Staff of the Flame Magus, and Vampire Warlord are the uncommons. Goblin Shortcutter, Seacoast Drake, Predatory Sliver, Fortify, Shrivel, Blur Sliver, Demolish, Hunt the Weak, Zephyr Charge, and Negate are commons in that pack. Okay. After this pack, we have 10 more packs in this box. I have a whole nother box left to open. Sapling Token, Swamp, Mythic Rare, Devout Invocation, white and 6. Tap any number of untapped creatures you control, put a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield for each creature tapped this way. Of course, it costs 7 mana, but still. By then, hopefully you have plenty of creatures out there that you can drop 4/4 white angels because of. That'd be fun. Token deck, actually. Anyway, Young Pyromancer, Sarah Angel, Woodborn Behemoth are the uncommons. Commons are Tome Scour, Spore Mound, Archaeomancer, Lava Axe, Siege Mastodon, Show of Valor, Undead Minotaur, Zephyr Charge, Suntail Hawk, and Plummet. Oh, I'm already getting ideas for what to do with that. The Kalonian Hydras, I know exactly what I'm going to do with them. I'm putting them in a Archangel of Thune life gain deck, because that puts counters on everything, and then if that attacks, it doubles counters on everything. Saproling, Forest. We have a foil Marauding Maulhorn. Double red and 2 for a 5/3. It attacks each combat if able, unless you control a creature named Advocate of the Beast. And then the rare is a Johnny's Chosen, double white and 2 for a 3/3. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a 2/2 white cat creature token on the battlefield. If that enchantment is an aura, you may attach it to the token, which is not bad. Enlarge, Corrupt, and Steel Form Sliver are uncommons. Commons in this pack are Pacifism, Blur Sliver, Mark of the Vampire, Merfolk Spy, Predatory Sliver, Nephalia Sea Kite, Dawn Strike Paladin, Seismic Stomp, and Essence Scatter. I now have a vague recollection of making a statement, I believe it was in this video, about, I don't know, it had something to do with patterns in the commons. I don't know. I forget what it was. Island, Foil Duress, which of course is 1 black. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards the card. Chandra's Phoenix as the rare. Double red and 1 for 2/2 with flying and haste. And whenever an opponent is dealt damage by a red instant or sorcery spell you control, or by a red planeswalker you control, return Chandra's Phoenix from your graveyard to your hand. Uncommons are Brave the Elements, Elixir of Immortality, and Staff the Wild Magus. Solemn Offering, Academy Raider, Quag Sickness, Sliver Construct, Scroll Thief, Giant Spider, Archaeomancer, Smelt, and Bloodbairn are the commons. Alright, looks like we have a Foil Fog in this one. Non-token, a Plains, Foil Fog, which is, of course, 1 green, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Rare Mythic Rare is Dismiss into Dream, a blue and 6. It's an enchantment. Each creature your opponents control is an illusion in addition to its other types, and has, when this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Ooh, that's a pretty nasty card. Anyway, Angelic Accord, Volcanic Geyser, and Glimpse the Future are the uncommons. Commons are Dragon Hatchling, Glade Cover Scout, Divine Favor, Quag Sickness, Solemn Offering, Brindle Boar, Lightning Talons, Marauding Maulhorn, and Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia and Sensory Deprivation are some of the creepiest art I have ever seen, and they are from Innistrad, of course. Okay, we have another foil in this one. But this must be like a stack of foils on that side. Mountain, Foil Air Servant. It's uncommon. It's 4/3 for a blue and 4. It's flying. You can pay a blue and 2 and tap target creature with flying. Rare is Nightmare, black and 5, and it's a rare for power and toughness star. Flying, Nightmare's power and toughness are each equal to the number of swamps you control. Uncommons are Windstorm, Spellblast, Shimmering Grotto. Then we have Disperse, Wild Guess, Deathgaze Cockatrice, Pillarfield Ox, Root Walla, Accursed Spirit, Soulmender, Lay of the Land, and Essence Scatter as the commons. I probably should be keeping a tally of rares, mythics, and foils, but I'm not. Oops. I guess I could go back through and take the time to talk about them, but you're seeing them all here, I guess. Okay. Non-token, Plains, Sanguine Bond. I keep wanting to call it Sanguine Blood because I see that red stuff oozing or dripping out of the hands, but it's Sanguine Bond. Double black and 3 for an enchantment, and whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Alright, then uncommons are Enlarge, Bramble Crush, and Encroaching Wastes. Commons are Giant Growth, Cancel, Auramancer, Active Treason, Nephalia Sea Kite, Vile Rebirth, Suntail Hawk, Corpse Hauler, Marauding Maulhorn, and Claustrophobia. I'm still not seeing the pattern in the commons. Maybe it was just in a few ones I saw. I don't know. Alright. 2/2 dragon token with that pay a red and creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. We have a forest and we have burning earth as our rare. Red and 3 whenever a player taps a non-basic land for mana. Burning earth deals 1 damage to that player. Interesting. Of course, I can hurt you and them unless you do like mono red. Uncommons: Wall of Frost, Shiv's Embrace, and Gnawing Zombie as uncommons. Deathgaze Cockatrice, Nightwing Shade, Pillarfield Ox, Thunder Strike, Lightning Talons, Lava Axe, Child of Night, Verdant Haven, Pitchburn Devils, and Undead Minotaur are the commons. I thought I saw the pattern there, but I believe the pattern involves blue somehow. I don't know, I kept seeing it, didn't say anything a while back. Non-token, an island. We have a mythic rare, Ring of 3 Wishes. We are now at 1, 2, 3, 4, plus a foil mythic so far. So we have 5 mythics so far. Ring of 3 Wishes costs 5. And when it enters battlefield, it enters battlefield with 3 wish counters on it. You pay 5 and tap to remove a wish counter from Ring of 3 Wishes. Search your library for a card and put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. So it's pretty good for EDH, specifically when you have 100 cards. Okay, 99 because your commander's sitting out, but you have 99 cards, and you only get 1 of each except for basic land. That way you can search for things that are important for setting up any combos. So, I have a second one of those now. I can definitely use those in EDH. Standard, they're a bit slow. Artificer's Hex, Banisher Priest, and Corrupt are the uncommons. Commons are Shrivel, Fortify, Pacifism, Blur Sliver, Mark of the Vampire, Demolish, Siege Mastodon, Shadowborn Apostle, Sentinel Sliver, and Frost Breath. Cool. Okay. 2 more packs after this one. This is the third to last pack in the box. But you've been sitting here for over 40 minutes. So, yeah. Liliana Emblem. Not like I don't have a ton of those from M13. Mountain. Jace Memory Adept. Counts 5 now, I believe. 5 mythics plus a foil mythic. Double blue and 3. Loyalty of 4, plus 1, draw a card. Target player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. 0, target player puts the top 10 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And -7, any number of target players each draw 20 cards. Phantom Warrior, Battle Sliver, and Darksteel Ingot are the uncommons. Commons are Griffin Sentinel, Groundshaker Sliver, Spore Mound, Charging Griffin, Messenger Drake, Vile Rebirth, Ranger's Guile, Festering Newt, Suntail Hawk, and Corpse Hauler. And the ice maker in the freezer in the kitchen behind me is starting to make weird noises. Actually, not weird noises, but it's kind of creepy when it, like, throws ice places. Because it has a loud banging sound as if someone's pounding on your door. I don't know if you can even hear them on the video. It happened a couple times already. But Sliver Token, Mountain, Rare Mythic is a rare Mind Sparker. Double red and 1. It's 3/2 with First Strike. Whenever an opponent casts a white or blue instant or sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to that player. So that's another one of the wedge hates. Sengir Vampire, Tenacious Dead, and Woodborne Behemoth are the uncommons. Then we have Striking Sliver, Deadly Recluse, Mind Rot, Liturgy of Blood, Divine Favor, Dark Favor, Chandra's Outrage, Trollhide Fog, and Claustrophobia as the commons. Last pack of the box. Alright. Wolf Token, Plains, and we have Siphon Sliver, the rare Sliver. Black and 2 for 2/2. Sliver creatures you control have lifelink. Barrage of Expendables, Shiv's Embrace, Rod of Ruin as uncommons, Sensory Deprivation, Griffin Sentinel, Minotaur Abomination, Canyon Minotaur, Armored Cancrix, Pay No Heed, Seismic Stomp, Fog, Angelic Wall, and Child of Night are the commons. That is all for the box of... Oh. See here, we had the white mythic spell, the black mythic spell. So that's 2. We had the regular Kalonian Hydra, we had the Jace, we had the Ring of 3 Wishes, and we had... I think that's 5 or 6 mythics in a box, one of which is foil. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a pretty interesting experience for me. So, hope you guys enjoy, and I still have another box. I wonder what's in that. So, hope you guys enjoy.